pro wrestlers in WWE just aren't as athletic as AEW wrestlers. These are my reasons why. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, to Screw the Script. I'm your host, as always, Maverick here. Thanks for joining me. We have a great Dynamite ahead of us. At the time of me recording this, by the time you watch this, once it's edited and uploaded, it'll be after the Dynamite. Let me know down below your thoughts on what happened on the episode, as you'll be commenting on this after it's done. My guess is, now this is going to be recorded before the show, so just wanted to point that out. The tag team tonight is going to be one of three options: Butcher and the Blade, Private Party, or Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Those are my guesses for the three possible tag teams. I'm guessing one of them has to be it tonight. Anything else would be an insane major shock, in my opinion. And then, I mean, look at that right there. Beautiful artwork. Whoever makes the artwork for these posters, for these online posts on their socials, they deserve huge praise. Tommaso Ciampa and Kyle Fletcher, two of my favorite fucking wrestlers currently in pro wrestling. Kyle Fletcher is the best wrestler under the age of 30. I've said that before. I'll keep saying it because I truly think he is. I don't think he's going to regain the title. I think Ciampa was given the title to have a lengthy run as TNT champ, but I think this is going to go every bit of the 20 minutes. It'll probably be the top of the hour like they usually do for the TNT title matches. So it'll be the start of the second hour is when you'll see that match. And there's all kinds of other great things loaded for tonight. You got the strap match between Statlander and Tekla. I've got Tekla winning that, actually. We'll see if I'm right, because I just think Statlander as champ is kind of falling flat. You can let me know if you agree with me in the comments. Then we also have Kenny Omega and Swerve face-to-face ahead of their match. And we all know Andrade and Hangman have a match. And then there's Brody King. Curious where he sits in all this, but the title picture with MJF is phenomenal. Andrade actually defeated Gabe Kidd recently, the number one contender for Yoda, his IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship at New Beginning, USA, New Japan, New Beginning. Really good match. I love Gabe Kidd as well. But Andrade is just on another level right now. Before I go any further, I need to address you, the person that's been hacking my channel. The last two uploads now, you keep calling me out, telling me to stop this channel. Well, guess what? This channel is not going to stop. This channel is for AEW, and it's AEW diehard fans. I started this channel to screw the script and go against the script that says that only WWE can exist. You're probably either an E-stan that is bored and doesn't care how this affects anybody. But I'm telling you right now to stop. I'm just going to get an antivirus upgrade, and then you cannot hack this channel any longer. And that's all the time I want to give to you. Man, that is a pro wrestling match, unlike the bullshit that you see weekly in WWE. And now let's get over to that claim at the start of the video of why do I feel like WWE's athleticism just isn't on the level of AEW's? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. The stuff that I just talked about for Dynamite tonight, I'm sure all of those matches are going to be more athletic than what you see weekly on Raw, on SmackDown. The only thing that comes close is the young talent that they have in NXT, but you can tell that a lot of those wrestlers are still very green, and the only thing that can kind of save them on the main card are the recent call-ups of Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Obafemi, with pointing out Javon Evans.
Bravo up in the corner, and Javon Evans with an OG cutter!
The best thing that happened on Raw this past Monday was that spot. Granted, I know that Chad Gable under the El Grande Americano, which I said it in my last video, I believe, I can't stand this storyline. I don't like that Javon Evans was thrown in this match of all things, but, you know, you got to start somewhere. You got to push him somewhere, so it's fine as long as it doesn't keep reoccurring with random mid-card matches. He hit a cutter off the top rope, and it was beautiful. Really, really good. The only thing that was a little corny was the setup, because you clearly saw, if you go rewatch it, you can't unsee it. You clearly saw Chad Gable's version of El Grande Americano roll well before Tyler, I believe it was Tyler Bate, El Grande Americano jumped perfectly into that cutter. So, yes, I know it made it look a little bit more staged, but nonetheless, very athletic. Javon Evans and those NXT call-ups are their only hope, because then on the flip side, some wrestlers that are, wrestlers that have been there forever, take a look at this. Yeah, I know that was in slow motion, but terrible, terrible spot. Anything like that, anytime they try and go a little bit more over the top with like high flying stuff, or flippy shit is what they like to call it, they can't do it. And I think deep down, these WWE stans are just jealous. They're just straight jealous that they can't see their wrestlers weekly do this. And a lot of them are either about to retire or just left. Like AJ Styles was one of the very few, I would say, over in WWE that could do stuff like that, and he's gone. I am seeing reports that they are still under talks, and maybe he does come back to WWE in some sort of role. I think, personally, if I was AJ Styles and I had the career that he's had, I would just venture elsewhere. Take some indie shots here and there, random appearances. He deserves it at this stage of his career. He is the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Going back to my point, Raw had not just that botch, they had this one right here with the Usos just completely missing the super kick. I mean, come on. That is one of the most basic things you can do in pro wrestling, and this goes back to a claim that I've made before. What I believe to be true is that WWE wrestlers don't wrestle enough. And even when they do wrestle, it's not high quality matches. So whenever they have these spots, like in the women's match with Rhea, and they try to go a little bit past their usual limits, most of the time it ends up failing. And then you got guys that hardly ever wrestle that are more of an entrance than anything, Jey Uso, and he can't even hit a fucking super kick to save his life. Now on to some random pro wrestling news. We'll start with some TNA stuff. Their numbers actually are still climbing. Still kind of shocking to me. Again, though, a bigger channel for them to be on AMC, much bigger, much more available than Axis. And I have read that the Nielsen ratings have changed to kind of boost pretty much anybody's ratings. So maybe that is why it went up slightly. It's still not even at 250,000. But at this point, I'm going to stop saying that I doubt they'll go any higher. We'll just wait and see what happens next Thursday. I didn't watch it live. The only ones that I watched live were the first two, and it didn't reel me in. I'm sorry, TNA. I'm sorry, TNA fans that may be watching this, but I'm just being dead honest. I don't like TNA. It's a shell of what it used to be as well, and its glory years of the early 2000s when you had AJ Styles when he was younger, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, Sting, Jeff Hardy, so many others. But that's just Christopher Daniels. Those are just like a handful off the top of my head. They don't have even an ounce of that talent now. I mean, Santana is pretty much holding that place together like a house of cards that was glued together 20 years back and the glue's falling apart. That's kind of what TNA feels like. It's still there. It's still hanging on. It's got its diehard fans. I just can't really get into it. Drilla Maloney, now on to New Japan stuff. Drilla Maloney is going to re-sign with New Japan, which is quite interesting because it looks like the War Dogs are all going separate ways. We know we have two of them already in AEW. Maloney looks like he is staying in New Japan. And then moving on over to David Finlay right up there. He bid farewell, so we all know that he is on his way out because he didn't have a promo like Maloney did. So does he end up in WWE? That's the likely spot. His father wrestled there, Fit Finlay, and his younger brother actually wrestles there under a different last name. I forget what name he goes by. It's like Uriah something, I think. He's in NXT. He's only in his early 20s, so very young kid. So it makes the most sense for him to go to WWE. Obviously, I'd rather see him in AEW, but my mind is telling me he's going to WWE. So 50% of those War Dog guys are going to be in AEW, and then one stays back in New Japan, and the other is likely going to WWE. But let me know down your thoughts down below on what you think about the David Finlay situation. Do you still think he ends up in AEW? Or are you with me and thinking he's more than likely going to be in WWE? That's all I had in this shorter episode of Screw the Script. Let me know down below your thoughts on the stuff that I covered, why I feel like WWE just cannot stay up with the athleticism that you see in AEW. And that's an honest fact, and that's how I feel, honestly. They just can't do the shit that AEW does weekly. I mean, the stuff that you see in AEW, those guys basically do in their sleep. And WWE struggles to do anything remotely close to that. Again, the last video was my video to like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already subscribed to get added into that giveaway. Tomorrow is the cutoff. As soon as it hits midnight and it's officially Friday, that is when I will collect those names, and then I'm going to pick the winner and announce the winner on my next video, which will be Friday. As always, this has been Maverick, Screw the Script. Thanks for watching.